Hey guys, welcome back again. My name is Kriti Tiwari, and today it's a very interesting topic that I'm bringing you. So the topic is how do I choose subjects for my paintings, or how do I choose the wildlife subject that I want to paint, and also flaunting my new T-shirt. So this is my artwork. So I'm gonna show you very quickly without diverting a lot from the topic. Where's this? So this is here. Can you see? Okay, so this is the painting that I got printed on my t-shirt here. Okay, so links to that below if you want to own a painting with my artwork, just reach out to me. Coming back to the topic again, so do I really choose the subject that I want to paint? And my answer would be no, not really. Okay, I don't choose my wildlife subject that I want to paint. I think they choose me. Most of the time, it happens that I feel like I will just sketch the subjects out that I want to paint to save time. And next day, when I come in, I don't feel like painting that subject. Why? Because I think I'm not in that mood again to paint that. Right? What I mean by this and how the subjects choose me. So I think I paint what I feel, and that's how watercolor has become a very motivating, like meditative process for me, right? So I paint what I'm feeling that day, and you're gonna see that if you even go to my Instagram and you see all those videos that I'm posting, right? You are gonna see inside, right? You will see what I'm feeling if you start observing what I'm painting. So there was a time in my journey where I was actually choosing the subjects and I was chasing lot of trends, social media, the game of likes, comments, and everything. And one day I will paint one subject, and I'll just see someone else's profile. I'm like, oh wow, that's working, that's trending. I should like go ahead and do that subject also. For a lot of years, I think, chased those trends, and I'm not gonna lie with you right here. I'm here to share my truth with you. So yeah, that's what happened, right? So I will just go through my feed. And I'm like, oh wow, this girl is painting this subject. Maybe like that is famous. And why I thought that is famous, because that person already has, that artist already has like 100K views, or their audience is like wide and very strong. And I felt like urge to paint what they were painting. I was not listening to my heart that time. I think it all started since last 2 years when I started concentrating on what I love to paint, and that was wildlife, right? And why do I love to paint wildlife? Because I find myself emotionally very connected to them. It's like voice of the voiceless, right? I want to become that. I want to support them. And if you don't know, I'm supporting 3 wildlife communities with my art. Every sale that I make, I share a percentage to those communities. That's how I'm supporting them. So what drives me now I think it's something within me that is going on, that the animal will represent that animal, right? Like when I paint cheetah, it's the speed that I'm looking at. When I'm painting birds, it's mostly freedom. I look at it, right? So there is some emotion that is going on which I am able to relate at that point of time, and I love. So for animals, for me, I think they are love. They're pure love. They are just here to do their part in the world. Unlike us humans, okay. And don't get me started on humans. That's like a separate Kriti and a separate YouTube topic altogether. Oh my god. So the process is very simple. I will just sit quietly, right? And then I will just start looking into the reference pictures. So sometimes I go to uh, Pixabay, I go to Unsplash, I go to Pinterest, I traverse other artists, right, to finding an inspiration. And while I'm looking at picture, I would realize that one or two, three pictures actually are clicking with me at that time. I will download them, right? I prefer copyright free, sites, because if I plan to sell these artworks, like the artworks here, right? These artworks, these are all available for sale, by the way. So if I plan to sell these artworks, I would need a copyright free, royalty free images, and they are available on sites like Unsplash, Pixabay, and I think I found one other site which is Big Daisy. The content there is great. I love the image quality, and there is another one I think which is Wildlife Reference Picture for Artists. I think this particular site is created by an artist for artists like us who paint wildlife and wants a very detailed pictures, right? So I will just take the picture. I'll look at the picture that is like emotionally getting connected with me at that point of time. Then I will sit and sketch that, and I'll keep aside. Okay, I do this for 3-4 pictures at that time. So I will take 3-4 subjects and I'll sketch them and I'll keep them ready, so that when next day I come in, I don't have to think about what I'm painting, because I'm already emotionally invested in these images. I'm gonna just pick them up one by one and paint. Sometimes I'm painting semi-realistic, sometimes I'm painting expressive. It also is driven by mood. I think now I have landed with watercolors into more of an expressive style rather than the realism. I think that is something that I'm enjoying at the moment. I don't know what happens in the future, but that is what I'm enjoying at the moment. So, if you are an artist who is struggling with the subjects, your choice of subjects, and there's always a question that comes to my mind: what do I paint? What do I paint? Right? I recommend you to have a general, a small diary, like something like this. So, a small diary, you can have it, make notes, or even use your mobile phone to just have some notes, right? Of what is clicking with you, where are you emotionally invested right now, right? Make a note of this thing, and then instead of asking what subject I want to paint, what am I feeling, what I want to express, right? That's where the authentic artist will start emerging, and you will not have to choose the subject, then you will not have to choose the reference also that time. I think they are gonna come and find you. Do check out these blogs and podcasts, and if you have missed last time's video, which is all about how did I find my teaching style, right? The link is above. Check that out, and all the details about my courses and the subscription is in the description. I'm gonna see you in that video.